Good evening and welcome to another edition of Rare Hot Wheels, and I hope you're all safe in this COVID-19 outbreak. It's being dealt with very slowly by the government, but I think we're getting there. Thankfully, myself and my partner and most of my friends have no problems with it at all. Anyway, in Hot Wheels HQ, things carry on as usual. The mailman's been a couple of times, and in this episode, before I take a look at the stuff that came in the big box from Jordan, we're going to have a look at this week's mail calls. We'll look at Jordan's another time because there's some really cool stuff in there. But I think you'll agree that what is in these boxes is also very cool. Equally as cool, sometimes possibly cooler. So let's have a look at what's in the boxes before I stick them on the turntable. So this is box one. And then what have we got in here? All the way from America, we have some bubble wrap. Actually, no, there's something more than bubble wrap. We have a nice blue custom, let's come to the camera, a nice blue custom AMX. I think that's what the proper name is, yes. See, it's an AMC AMX Javelin opening hood. Sadly, this one is missing a wheel, but it is a red line. Thankfully, they're cap style wheels, and when this arrived, I had already had in order, or in order from the States, from Bright Vision, a set of new cap wheels for this little ride. So I'm not going to restore it, I'm going to leave it in its as loved condition or play worn condition, but I will be putting some new wheels on it, because then when I eventually get around to building my track, and as you can probably imagine, things have slowed down somewhat with the coronavirus outbreak. It's going to be a wee while for that, so I'm going to get this wheeled up, ready for the track. Also in that box is this, from the same mail call, another red line. This time it's a gremlin grinder. It needs a bit of a clean up, a little bit tatty, but it's a bit of a special one. Now the gremlin grinder, excuse me, the gremlin grinder was a 1974 or 1975 release, and it came out in four variations. Two super chromes, one was black walls, one with red lines, and the other one was a green one. One with black walls, no sorry, not with black walls, one with red lines and one with red lines, and Herfy's promo label on the side of it. As per this one, it needs a clean, and you can see there's mud all over the wheels, quite a lot of it, so this guy must have found it buried in his garden or something. But there's another of the AMC stable to go with the AMX. But the Gremlin, they have an old ball looking car, but in this guy with a big blown V8 sticking out the front, it looks awesome. And all the details are there, so it needs a clean, but it's got the Herfy's emblem on the side. And the reason why I went for a tatty one of these as opposed to a good one, have you seen the price of the Herfy's cars? Right then, on to the second box. What do we have in here? Now, we know there's a toilet roll crisis, so we have this, and 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 this, all for that small box. So if you have a toilet roll shortage, send me a stamped addressed envelope and I will send you this brown paper. Just kidding. Right, in the box we have more bubble wrap. Now I'm kind of hoping it's not Chinese bubble wrap, because it will have Chinese air in the bubbles, and if I pop them I may actually catch COVID-19. Just kidding again. So what have we got in this box? Oh, we have the aforementioned Blackwall Super Chromes Gremlin grinder. Needs a bit of a clean up again, but if I can get that, there we go, look at that. Nice little car. They're blown V8. They've all got the same markings on, depending on them, whichever model it is. This one's wheels needs a little bit of a freeing up before it runs on the track, because otherwise it's going to stall on the line when I put the track together. But yes, so we got a Super Chrome's gremlin grinder, rather a tidy little machine, and that go with the other one. Now there is another one in the post as well, but that's not here as yet, and I think things have slowed down a bit because of this outbreak, pandemic. It's like the Andromeda strain for those who will remember the film. Hopefully no, not quite so disastrous. Right, so we have this time, we have the, is it a GMC Vandura? I can't read it at all. Hot Wheels, blah, 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 blah. We have the Hot Wheels van anyway. Look at that, California cruising. It's got a hot rod on the side of it, using the back wheels of the van as the back wheels of the hot rod. And that is really quite a cool ride. Now that's in really nice condition and will look nice in my big pile of black walls. Very chromy. See, these will end up on the turntable at some point, but you've got some idea what's coming. And finally in this box we have this, and it's called Rockbuster. A little buggy, another one from the Super Chrome series, and I believe this is 1975 or 6. I will confirm all of that info when I get it on the turntable a little bit later on. But there we go, it's got a full cage, nice black wool wheels, an air-cooled VW lump in the back of it, spotlights on the top. It's in really good condition considering, well, it's sort of 45, 46 years old. And it's even got what looks like genuine advertising tampos on the front. Hooker, Moon Eyes, Goodyear, and Bell. Yes, how cool is that? Really nice, and that's one I don't have in my collection. Well, I do have now actually, because I've got it. Now, finally, we have this box here. I've not even opened this one yet. I know what's in it. It's a bit special because it's come all the way from, if I cover my address, from there, Japanland, which is rather nice. And let's see if I can get this open. I don't have a knife in here, strangely. I normally have got knives about, but they're in the other man cave at the moment. So let's use a ruler. Nothing like the right tool to do the job, and this is nothing like the right tool for doing the job. If I can get that there, like that, hopefully this end will just open. This is well sealed. Oh, I guess there's more sellotape on it. There we go. I've got Japanese air in this one, so that'll be less contagious unless it's been on board a cruise liner. So we have an empty box to go with the other ones. We have 2 pillows for G.I. Joe and Barbie. And we have a bag with something in it. And let's see if I can get it out without bending anything. Oh, come on. Might have to chew it. I don't want to bend the corners. Don't try this at home, kids. It doesn't taste very nice. Oh, there we go. I've released foreign air in the man cave. If you don't see me next week, you know I'm self-isolating. Get it out and try not to bend it. Oh, blimey, this is well packaged. So we get out the bubble wrap, and it's wrapped. Oh, still can't get it. Oh, there we go. Right, let's slide it out of there. In fact, I might actually leave it in this bag for now, because we have something rather unusual. But I've got to open it so you can see it. What is it? What is it? I hear you say, because I've got very good hearing. We have, coming out of there, whoa. Now if you read on the back, we have the Hot Wheels Collectors Club of Japan. And it says the style of the Bucket T is considered to be royalty in the world of hot rods. Ford's Model T Roadster pickup was the car's base, and the name came from the car shape being similar to a bucket. Japan's official Hot Wheels Collectors Club has proudly selected this as one of the exclusive models released at Tornado 2002. It features aggressive colouring with its gorgeous engine enhanced by Moon Eyes logos and beautifully arranged exhaust pipes. I'm not entirely sure about that, but we have the old Japanese logos on there, Japanese writing, then on the front. And at the front we have this Hot Wheels Club Special Edition, and there it is, a T-Bucket, Bucket T. And that is one cool ride with its real riders and limited. So what's that, 18 years old this year, and one of my favourite pieces. I'll give you some more information on that later on. So let's get some of these cars on the turntable. So first up, from 1969, is this custom AMX. That was designed by Ira Guilford, and as I say, it came out only in 1969. It was re-released again in 2010, but this original one, yes, is a little bit battered, but doesn't that Spectra Flame sparkle? It does need a wheel, and when I said cap wheels earlier on, I did mean bushed wheels. I've got one lying around in my box full of odds and ends somewhere, so this one will be brought back to its former glory, at least in terms of rolling. I will leave it in its play-worn condition with the scratched roof. This little van is called Super Van, and it's from the stable of Larry Wood and ran from 75 through to 1985. This particular one is from the 1978 Super Chromes, I believe, and features the California Customs and a hot rod on the side of it in the tampos, and in the chrome finish it looks really nice. From the 1977 Super Chromes we have this, the Rockbuster. I'm not entirely sure who designed this little off-road buggy, but it did run from 1976 to 1983. This is the later version of the Super Chromes, which came with Blackwall wheels. The earlier version from 1976 came with red lines. And now for the first of our two Gremlin grinders, as designed by Larry Wood. Now this one is from the original casting, which ran from 1975 to 1977, and was based on the AMC Gremlin, a rather odd compact car from the 70s. The Gremlin grinder casting lasted about as long as the real thing did, and like I say, produced from 75 to 77. This one is from the 1977 Super Chromes and came with Blackwall wheels and the chrome paint. Oddly, these models all had the same tampos, regardless of the version and regardless of the year's release, apart from one, which is coming next. This 1975 Gremlin grinder was one of two released that year, both red lines and both with exactly the same tampos and colouring. However, this particular one was a Herfy's promotion. I know it's a bit tatty, but if you look on the sides you can see where it says Herfy's, and this was a reasonably limited run and tend to go for quite a lot of money in good condition. And finally we have this, a special edition of the T-Bucket designed by Larry Wood. Now this one is Japanese, and it's for the Hot Wheels Club Japan official fan club, and this one came out in 2002 or 2003 for something called Tornado 2002. I'm not entirely sure what that was, and I've looked it up and I still can't find any information, but I do believe that this was a custom made for the Japanese show. And there might have been a whole series of them, a bit like the ones for the Mexican conventions. However, it is a really nice casting with the Moon Eyes information and lovely Goodyear Real Rider wheels and tyres on it. And this is one really nice little casting. Like I said, I don't know how official it is. The card looks very official, but the condition it's in, and also the fact that it's a glossy card, makes me think it's a fake. But whichever way, be it a fake, custom or a genuine one, it is a really nice car. The Bucket T was introduced back in 1989 and still pops up from time to time these days, and I've got a few of them dotted about. Anyway, thanks very much for listening, and thanks very much for watching in. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Make sure COVID-19 doesn't get you. Ta-da!